Hey Joe, it's Folks here. October is essentially the holiday kickoff month. All of the stores that you go inside of begin to put out all of their Christmas merchandise, and the Halloween selling season is in full effect. This is an exciting time for print-on-demand sellers, not only because there are a lot of sales to be made, but there are some great ways that we can actually make better designs by focusing on holidays. According to this blog article here, last year we had the biggest holiday selling season ever, and it is likely that that is going to continue this year as well. Personally, I have been able to make more in the Christmas season than I have in the entire rest of the year. And honestly, that's why so many people are jumping into print on demand right now. But sadly, the majority of them are going to be making the same mistakes, some of them that I have made with my own stores in years past. And honestly, many of them will likely end up quitting print on demand entirely by January because they are not going to make any sales this Christmas season. That is exactly what this video is going to be about. I'm going to be revealing to you the top 5 print on demand mistakes that many print on demand beginners make in the month of October. If you are just getting started and you need help, I do have a free print on demand course. It's called POD for Dummies. There's a link down in the description. Inside are over 30 videos showing you how to build your store and get started with social media marketing. Now, our first mistake that people make in the month of October is something that I had talked about at a recent print on demand conference. So many beginners get into print on demand in the month of October and they focus only on Halloween. If you are just starting your store and you are filling it up with only Halloween designs, as soon as Halloween is over, your store is essentially going to need to be remade. What I mean is, if you are a beginner and all of your designs are only about Halloween, those are designs that only have a chance to sell during the month of October. That would be a mistake because as soon as November comes around, you are going to have to completely redo your store. And honestly, that's just going to put you even further behind in overall Christmas sales. What I mean is, this entire month, if all you do is focus on Halloween, come October 31st, Halloween is going to be over and you are going to be starting from scratch again. So don't fall into that trap if you are getting into print on demand right now, and try to avoid doing only Halloween designs. Now, the next mistake that most people make in the month of October is not realizing exactly how small the Halloween window is to actually sell print-on-demand products for. What I mean is, most people are not really buying a lot of Halloween-related merchandise in the month of September, and it really starts once we get into the month of October. The problem is, though, is that print-on-demand products are not delivered as fast as products are on Amazon. What I mean is, if someone orders one of your print-on-demand products from you, it's likely going to be over a week's time before they actually receive it. And in a lot of cases, people might be ordering it for a Halloween party that they are attending that might not actually be on the actual date that Halloween falls. What I'm basically trying to say to you is, we have about a 3-week window to actually sell Halloween-related merchandise. This window is going to start around October 1st because, like I said, most people are not buying anything Halloween related in the month of September, and it's really going to start kicking off on October 1st. The window is going to stretch really for the first 3 weeks of October, taking us to October 21st. In general, anything ordered after October 21st risks not being there before Halloween. Now, some of you might be saying, well, Joe, if someone orders a product from me on October 22nd, I still have 9 days until Halloween actually happens. Here's the thing though, like I said, a lot of people might actually be ordering the product because they want to have it on display at a Halloween party that they are having maybe on October 29th or something like that, which means that they only have 7 days to actually receive it. Now, some print-on-demand companies will actually have the item printed and shipped in that amount of time, but in my opinion, it would be a mistake to assume that that is going to be the case each and every time. So what I'm trying to say to you is that if you are doing anything with your store and the Halloween holiday, you should be selling really between October 1st and October 21st. Anything outside of that, and you could potentially have some errors like I described before. Now, our next mistake that we are going to dive into is one where people think that the holiday itself is actually their niche. Let me make this make sense. What you do not want to do is to create designs that are strictly about a holiday. In the month of October, that would mean avoiding just creating happy Halloween t-shirts or happy Halloween coffee mugs or something like that. The best designs to sell for a holiday are ones that are blended with an actual niche. For example, a pair of leggings for someone that likes to garden, but it is made with a Halloween spooky theme. Or even some sort of a tumbler or water bottle that is again made with a Halloween theme, but it is for a nurse. The idea is to blend your niche with a holiday. That way people actually have a reason to impulse buy your product when they are scrolling through on social media. Now, the next mistake that people make is actually one of abstinence. What I'm talking about is a lot of people just skip doing anything with Halloween at all in the month of October. In my opinion, this would be a mistake. According to this blog article here, you can see that Halloween shoppers intend to spend over $90 marking the occasion, and that over 148 million adults in the United States expect to take part in some form of Halloween-related activity. This means that a lot of people are doing something for Halloween. Now, obviously, when it comes to the world of print on demand, there are definitely some other holidays out there throughout the year that can make a bigger impact for your store, but this is definitely not a holiday that you should be sitting out on. If you are someone that has a niche-based print on demand store, you should be making a handful of designs relevant to the Halloween holiday and then promoting those items on your social media pages to try and take advantage of the season. The idea here would be to make sure that you are playing a little bit and not just skipping this entirely. Now, our next mistake is actually centered on something that I think is a major problem here in the world of print on demand. What I am talking about is how so many people are viewing print on demand as some sort of a get-rich-quick business where if they just do a couple of quick things with a print on demand store, maybe they spend a weekend building it and then they turn it on, that they are automatically going to be making $4,381 a month selling super simple t-shirt designs or something like that. If you've watched a lot of YouTube videos, you've likely seen video titles that make it seem like you can just whip something up, an extremely basic text-based design or something like that, or even just some sort of random AI-generated image being thrown on a product and ending up making a lot of money. What I am talking about here is how so many people get into print on demand in the month of October and they treat this month as a pass or fail for their store. If you are just starting print on demand in the month of October, it's very unlikely that your store is going to be full of bestsellers by the end of the month. And that's not because print on demand is flawed or that it's a scam or anything like that. You are building a real business. And if you're new to this, it's very unlikely that in your first month, your store is going to be making thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. Instead, it's very likely that you are going to be maybe making a few mistakes. You might even be doing a couple of things completely wrong. And hopefully you will be learning from those things to fuel your print on demand journey throughout the rest of the year and even into next year. What I'm trying to help you to avoid is avoiding a get-rich-quick mentality where if your store doesn't make $25,000 in the month of October, then you just give up. What I would say if you are brand new in the month of October is that you should be trying to make just a handful of sales. If you can make your first 5 or 10 or even 15 or 20 sales in your first month, that is, in my opinion, a great start. And ultimately, that will help you to do better in the future because you are having a long-term vision. So hopefully that makes sense. Hopefully all of the mistakes that I've gone through so far make sense as well. If you want to see some great print-on-demand products that you can sell in the month of October, I recently made this video here. This is going to be a concept that I'm going to be exploring here more on my channel, making different monthly themed videos. So let me know down in the comments if this sort of thing is helpful for you as you run your print-on-demand business. And as I mentioned at the beginning of the video, if you are just getting started and you need help building your Shopify store or getting started with Facebook ads or Instagram marketing or even doing anything with AI or personalizing your designs, like I said at the beginning of the video, I do have a free print-on-demand course. It's called POD for Dummies. There's a link down in the description. Inside are over 30 videos showing you exactly how to get started with all of those things. So definitely make sure to check that out. As always, thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.